Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For anybody who's watching my videos for the first time, my name is Saloni. My Instagram is at keeping up with Slow is short for Saloni. I'm a 23-year-old living alone in Bombay. I did my undergraduate at King's College in London, and yeah, I moved to Bombay for my full-time job. I work at Car Hospitality, which is the parent company of Michelin star brands like Hakkasan, Yaocha, and their homegrown brand Chin Chin, and also a modern Thai cuisine brand called Narathai. So 4 restaurants. And it's been a really long time since like I sat down to shoot like a sit down video really, so I thought I'd do that. Also because I keep putting up these question boxes on my Instagram stories, and I ask what everybody wants to hear from me, and I never really end up shooting those videos in time. So today I have basically gone over everything that everybody's asked me, and I have 4 or 5 questions that I'm going to be answering today, mainly about my new job, which is not really new anymore because I started almost 3 months back. So about my job and my life in Bombay, and like just acclimatizing to Bombay, and not being in London, because I feel like that's a topic that I really do want to talk about, considering my pledge of being super transparent on this platform. So first, I'm just going to start off with a career update, like a job update and a mental health update, because I feel like my communication regarding this whole job process on my YouTube has been super dreamy, super like, oh my god, wow, because it has been, like, I'm not lying. I love going to work. I love waking up every day at 7 in the morning, like getting into like my morning routine, having my coffee, starting work. I love doing that, and I know that this is something I would definitely enjoy doing for the rest of my life, because I have put myself in situations before that I really didn't enjoy. Like, for example, I did a finance internship in 2019, I did a tech internship in 2020. So I know that finally third time's a charm, and I finally got this right. So I love going to work. I think that's the best thing that's happened to me in terms of like my routine and my organization and my discipline as a human being in the last like 3 or 4 months. The great part is that I love my team. I have a great team. We're very strong, independent women on my team, and as you all know, that's something I live by and advocate on a very regular basis, which is women empowerment and gender diversity. Not that my workplace isn't diverse. I also deal with a lot of people, like a lot of other genders as well, and that has honestly given me like this very holistic kind of knowledge and learning and outlook towards life, that I honestly don't think I would have gotten if I wouldn't have started working this job. So I'm really grateful for that. In terms of my job, like kind of description and like the everyday duties that I perform, because this is something that I did get asked a lot of very frequently on my Instagram. So basically, I am a social media strategist. I'm a social media executive, and I also do a lot of like strategy in terms of how to launch certain promotions, like doing digital campaigns. Like me and my team, me and my manager, basically we have very regular like brainstorm session about different ideas that we can adopt. We have this WhatsApp group and an Instagram group where we keep sharing ideas with each other. Like our entire team, we share ideas with each other. So we have to follow a lot of, not that we have to, it's not like a compulsion. I love doing it because I like to stay up to date in the industry that I'm working in. So I love kind of following pages that are relevant to me, like other restaurants, or other lifestyle related magazines, and like basically all the stakeholders of our industry. I keep following these pages. So a lot of my job includes research, picking up on trends, being like understanding the Instagram or any social media website that we work with, any social media app that we work with, and understanding the algorithm, understanding or basically hacking the algorithm. Like for example, I've noticed that when you use Instagram text on a story as compared to another app that, because maybe you like the font or maybe you like the look and feel of that text, Instagram is always going to like promote or make sure that more viewership is given to when you use Instagram products. Like for example, if I use Canva and I design an Instagram story on Canva, and I use Canva text to design my story, and then I download that as a JPEG and upload as my story, versus when I use the same picture, the same communication, but I just use Instagram text to do it. So I pull up the picture and I type whatever I have to on Instagram text and I upload it straight away. Then the latter is going to be promoted more by Instagram, because obviously, and as every other brand would, they want to promote their own products and they want to promote their own services or like elements that they're giving to people. So get as creative with Instagram text as you can. Like try to use stickers, try to use GIFs, try to use like the layout feature. So when you use all of these features, Instagram is obviously going to highlight and promote your communication. That's one thing I have realized. Second thing, along with my research and like picking up on trends and stuff, I have to do everything on a timely basis. So there are no off days really, there are no holidays when you work a social media job, because social media is such a fast and dynamic world that you really have to keep checking your phone every 2 hours. Like I would say even 2 hours is a very big time span, because for example, if a guest has reached out to you on Instagram direct and they want to make like a reservation in the next 30 minutes, you're going to want to be available for the guest, right? Because otherwise the brand is going to suffer. So I think in terms of like the pace of the job, it's really a very full-time job, and like I don't get weekends off either, because according to my social media calendar, we post every alternate day, and I have 4 brands under me right now. So obviously at least 2 of those brands I have to post for them on a weekend, and if not a post, then it's a story. So basically I end up working all 7 days a week. It sounds like it's a very monotonous and a very like I don't have a balance in my personal and professional life. That's not true. One of the main reasons I'm working this job is because I love it. So you have to really love social media and you have to really love the digital world to be able to do good at this job, is what I've realized. And I'm a very practical person, so even though there are certain elements of my job I don't love, I know that there is nothing that's 100% out there like made for you. I feel like this job, like for me and in terms of my personality and stuff that I like and don't like, is the best fit. So there's never going to be something that's 100% your fit. There's going to be something that's in majority your fit, and you just have to acclimatize to it and, you know, roll with the highs and lows. So that's another thing, which is like social media calendar, social media postings. Another important thing is to be in sync with all the PR and the on-ground like physical marketing activities that happen. So for example, we did this very big promotion for Yaucha Mumbai, and I've been saying it wrong my whole life, guys. It's actually not Yaucha, it's Yawacha, because Yawacha means Yao at Cha. So Alan Yao was the guy who started Yawacha, and the whole point is that he comes to drink tea, and cha means tea in Japanese, like in Cantonese. So it's Yao at Cha, so Yawacha. Sorry, just had to put that in there before I pronounced it one more time incorrectly. So yeah, basically it's like you have to be in sync with everything that's happening on the ground. So we did a very big campaign at Yacha Bombay. It was called the summer. It's still going on. So if any of you are in Bombay, please go visit the Summer Gin Garden happening at Yacha. It is a really nice collection of gin based cocktails that our head mixologist Kevin has prepared himself, and they use like all summery ingredients, and it's a really nice collection. So if you guys are in Bombay and you want to go for a refreshing drink, please don't forget the Summer Gin Garden is on all through May and hopefully through June as well. But yeah, so we had the Summer Gin Garden, which we did like really extensive decor for. So like we've basically completely converted the bar section at Yacha into this very garden feel. We've got these really nice Cantonese umbrellas hanging by the ceiling. And because it's a collaboration with Monkey 47, which is our alcohol partner, we have like, you know, references of that on the entire kind of like garden look and feel that we've got going on. So basically now I had to find a way to make our Instagram feed look very summery and like put a very garden vibe on it too. So like if you can see now that this 9x9 grid on the feed, every alternate picture is basically plugging in the gin garden, and you can see like this garden kind of effect going on over here, like, you know, with the greens and the refreshing salad picture, the yellow drinks. So basically that's a very important job as a part of my job description. So because a lot of your brand identity is dependent on your social media pages, it's very important that the first impression that a person kind of makes when they land upon your page is a positive impression, because your brand only gets those 0.5 or 0.10 seconds to make that first impression, because the first glance of your grid or your social media page is really going to define, you know, what you're showcasing. If it's like a very messy grid with you know, like very like nominal average pictures, then that's going to define your brand. But since Yavacha is a sister brand of a Michelin star restaurant, it's very luxury fine dining. Our TG is also extremely like sophisticated, and like, you know, we want to kind of show that that's the same values that we stand for, and that's the same kind of character that our social pages, you know, give out. So that's another very important aspect of my job. I think obviously, as you may all have known from my social media, photo shoots are a very, very big aspect of my job. So I get to like design mood boards according to every campaign that's going on. And our photography partners, which is Lost and Hungry, they're the funnest team to shoot with. It took me a while to really warm up to them and like understand how the dynamics work, but now it is so much fun, and I really look forward to like my photo shoot days, because there's so much ideation and creativity that goes behind them. And in my heart, I'll always be a photographer first. So I learn so much, like I actually learn so much from the team. Like everybody on the team is super helpful with any or all questions that I ask them. And like, you know, there's so much like collaborative kind of work that goes on as a part of like being a part of the social media team, that I honestly really love that. So touchwood, by far it's going really great. I'm sure I'm missing out on a lot of other activities that I do, like online reputation management, which is like looking after your reviews, Zomato, Google, TripAdvisor and all of that. And there's obviously like your other stakeholders, like we still have agencies like for our graphic design and for our other parts of our social media management, like your rapport with them. I'll probably like cover all of that in a separate video maybe. But so far I feel like this job is really bringing out the strengths in me, which is, you know, a lot of like dealing with human elements, which I love. So even though it is a very digital based job and my output really is all digital, I really have to deal with a lot of people, like form rappos with them, talk to them, which is what I love, because I feel like that's how you're going to understand your brand DNA. That's how you're going to kind of fully immerse yourself in the experience. So I'm so happy that it's not work from home for me, although I really want to point out that working weekends can get a little hectic, and I wish I had more time to spend with my family back home in Pune. But I make sure that everybody comes to visit me very often. So every time I'm here and like my driver comes to drop me, my grandmom always hitches a car ride back along with us, because it's so important for me to spend time with her, and she loves swimming over here. So it works out well for her as well. And I hope, I mean, I at least try to see my friends once every month. So it's not working out the best for me in terms of spending time with my friends and family, but I guess that's some of the small sacrifices you really have to do when you are thinking about your career. And obviously I'm in touch with all of them, so that's the most important thing. So that's kind of like an initial 3-month job update. I think I also want to talk a little bit about my mental health in this whole whirlwind of situations that's been happening. So I'm not gonna say like that I've been in the best of spirits. I have been better. But really, if I compare it on a very big spectrum of my worst lows, then definitely these are some of the better days. I feel like my job keeps me highly motivated because I have this inner pressure that I want to succeed and I want to do well, and I want to make sure that I give my seniors very little, a lot, like I give my seniors the least amount of times to point out mistakes in me. I want to be able to do the best and set a really good example for, you know, my next kind of moves in my career, and I want to have good relationships with everybody at my workplace. So that's kind of a very high pressure environment that I put myself in every day, and I kind of want to start balancing it out, and I want to start not letting that take a toll on me, because I think I'm a very hyper independent person. I hate asking for help. I hate taking help from other people, and that's come from a lot of like things in my past, like my PTSDs from a lot of things that have happened, from emotional dependency to setting really high expectations from people. So the way I operate right now is that there is no margin for error, and I think that's one thing I really want to work on, because it's a lot to take, like mental health wise, because you're also not only fulfilling your job as a social media person working for this great brand, but also a job as a friend, also a job as a daughter, also a job as a granddaughter, a job as so many other roles that you have. And right now I feel like I'm not being able to fulfill those roles in tandem with, or in a way that I want to be able to. I know that I've cut back on a lot of like family time, which I want to, you know, stop. Like I want to go back to like spending a lot of time and like investing a lot of effort in my family and friends, which I've stopped doing. I want to be able to be more consistent on YouTube. I want to be able to be more consistent on Instagram, and none of this is impossible. I know it's a lot, but I've always been that kind of person. I always have a lot of unfinished projects going on at the same time, and I've tried to stop it. I've tried to really put my head in one project and like focus, but I feel like that's just not me. Like that's not going to fulfill me. I need to have my attention span divided over at least 5 different things to be able to stay motivated, to be able to like kind of brainstorm on different ideas. So for me to like have this role as different people, like for different things, I'm gonna have to be more balanced and more like calm in my thinking, which I'm not, because I put a lot of pressure on myself. I also haven't gone to therapy in a very long time, and my appointment is on May 10th. I'm still contemplating whether I want to go for it, because it's a new therapist and it's really tiring starting with a new person and then just filling them in with all the things that have gone by. But I feel like I'm gonna kind of gamble on that again, because I do feel like I need my weekly sessions, and my maybe not weekly but bi-weekly sessions at least, to just unwind, get in touch with my feelings. So that's kind of another mental health update. I think otherwise in terms of like personal and professional lives, or the balance, I would say it's not the best, as I already mentioned. For example, I've not been eating well. My eating habits have really like I wouldn't say I can't find the right word for it. My eating habits have what's the opposite of elevated? They've basically like really gone down in quality. I don't have the best circadian rhythm. I feel like my vitamin levels and my B12 levels have also dropped, because I feel really tired very soon. I have a very high performing job in terms of energy levels, and my energy levels are really like giving up on me like throughout the day. So I really am getting worried about that. I'm going to consult a doctor in the coming days. I need to get a grip of my eating habits, guys. They're really bad right now, and I'm really tense for myself, because I used to be somebody who loved eating salads, loved eating veggies. Like, you know, I was a lot about what you give your body is what your body will then give you. And I've been eating like a lot of like 2-minute meals and like frozen shit, so I'm not very happy about that at all, and I'm gonna like change that. I've not been taking time to like exercise or do a lot of physical activity either, and I feel like that really has to change for me ASAP, because I can feel the results of giving my body bad fuel. Like, I know I've spoken about this anecdote a lot of times earlier, but when you give a car bad fuel, your car is going to perform, or the average per liter your car is going to give you is going to be really bad, and that's the same with the human body, and I feel that on a regular basis. So that's something that I'm pledging to work on, because I have to, if I have to lead a well balanced and a healthy life. So that's something I'm going to work on. What else? I feel like I'm doing well with my, like, I have a lot of other kind of projects going on in the back along with my job. So a lot of passion projects that I've been very religiously kind of following up with, and like talking to a lot of people involved with. So I hope that something or the other materializes on that by the end of this year. I don't know how many of you know this, but I'm also working 2 jobs, and I really love doing that, because this job, I'm working in hospitality. I get to know so much about the industry. I'm learning so many new things, meeting so many new people every day, which obviously add another whole dimension of knowledge to my brain, which is so important, because I take pride in calling myself this global individual or a citizen of the world, and that only comes when you kind of just be a sponge and absorb all the interactions going on around you. So the second job really has like introduced me to a whole different industry, a whole different way of working. Like, so now when I compare like a remote job and a, you know, an like a physical on in-office job, I have those 2 comparisons, I have those 2 pros and cons ready in my head when I get to select the next step in my career. So I'm glad I'm getting to live like both these experiences. And yeah, I feel overall out of 10, I'm on a fair like 7, or a 6.5, but actually I'll just say a 7, not a pity party. And that 7 mainly comes from the fact that I need to start eating better, start balancing my personal and professional life better, and I have to be easy on myself. I think that's something that I have to work on. But yeah, that's kind of the update. I love doing these sit down sessions and talking to you guys, because it gives me like a ranting session that I don't know who I'm addressing, but it's just coming out of my mouth, and it automatically makes me feel a whole lot better. I am doing much better than I was over the last 2 times that I said in the vlog that I wasn't. I am finally back on social media. I'm interacting with a lot of people. Few of my interactions and relationships with people are not the best right now, but I'm going to work on that, and I really believe in giving people as many chances as they need, even though they have wronged me. And obviously I may be coming from a biased opinion, because at the end of the day I am my own cheerleader and I have to put myself first. But yeah, the coming weeks are going to see a lot of conversations, or difficult conversations, that I'm going to be having with some people. So I need to have a really strong mind for that, and that is basically reiterating the fact that I shouldn't cancel this therapist appointment and go for it. So I will go for it. But yeah, that's about it. I hope I've been able to like cover properly everything that's been going on in my personal professional side of things. I would love to you know, shoot more of these sit down videos. If you want to let me know what you want me to share or talk about in the comments, or reach out to me on Instagram, that would be great. Again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's at Keeping Up With Slow. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Monday. Bye. So thanks for this very nice shoot. Very successful. He's not been in my vlog before.
Vlog page now.
Keeping Up With Slow.
Yeah. You know what my dog's Instagram is?
What? No way. Vibes. Okay, show me the ice cream. This is not going.